They called him D, but not because of his grades, though those weren't exactly worth bragging about. His real name was Darian Thompson. 15 years old, 6'1", and already trying to grow a mustache he swore made him look older. He walked the halls of Harrison West Middle School in Dayton, Ohio like he was mayor of the place. Shoulders squared, chin always up, hoodie halfway on no matter the weather. He was the kind of kid who treated school like a stage, and every day was a performance. Darian had a comeback for every teacher, a stare that could freeze a hall monitor in their tracks, and a pack of friends who followed him like an entourage. He didn't just talk loud, he moved loud, slamming lockers, stomping around in squeaky sneakers, and bumping shoulders like people were invisible. Nobody checked him. Not the teachers. Not security. Not even the assistant principal, who just sighed whenever Darian's name came up, like the battle had been lost long ago. One Thursday morning, Darian showed up late again. The bell rang just as he stepped through the double doors. In his mind, school started when he got there. He was checking his phone when he spotted a younger student, maybe 7th grade, carrying a busted laptop into the front office. "Yo, watch out," Darian barked, stepping directly in the kid's path, making him flinch. The boy muttered an apology like he had done something wrong. Darian just smirked and followed him down the hallway. "Man, y'all always looking scared," he said, loud enough for his crew behind him to hear. Rico, Jameer, and Ty were trailing, snickering like they always did. Ty's real name was Milton, but no one called him that. Darian shoved the office door open like it was a locker room before game time. He didn't need to be there. He just wanted to see what trouble he could stir up. "Yo," he called out, making everyone in the office look up. "Y'all got cookies in here or something? Smells like somebody's grandma been baking." That's when he saw her. Her back was to him. She stood beside the front desk in a plum skirt suit and black flats, a wide-brimmed hat dotted with tiny rhinestones. She didn't turn around, didn't even flinch, just adjusted her purse and kept her posture straight. "Who grandma this is?" Darian chuckled. "Is this Miss Jackie from the block?" Laughter echoed behind him, but she still didn't turn. Her silence irritated him. He stepped close, too close, brushing her shoulder as he leaned against the counter. "Still nothing. Ain't you supposed to be in a nursing home or something? You lost, ma'am." Then she turned. Slowly, her eyes locked on his. Sharp and unbothered. "Young man," she said, voice calm but cutting, "I suggest you back up." Darian blinked. Most people looked away when he stared them down. Not her. "Nah, I'm good," he said, inching closer. "You don't know who I am, do you?" She gave him a slight smile, not sweet, but knowing. "Miss Freeman," the secretary called out suddenly. "Principal Daniels said he'll be right out." Miss Freeman. Darian squinted. That name didn't register. Sergeant Freeman, actually, she corrected gently. Retired. 22 years in the Army. The air shifted. Rico cleared his throat. Jameer suddenly found interest in the ceiling. Even Ty stepped back a little. "You're not a problem, young man," she added. "You're a project. One I'm very good at fixing." The words stung more than he'd ever admit. "Whatever," Darian muttered, stepping away. But Miss Freeman wasn't done. "Where's your class?" she asked. He looked at the floor. "Why you care?" "Because I'll be in it," she said. "I'm taking over Mr. Lyle's class. Social Studies, room 302. That your class?" Darian's heart dropped. That was his class. Mr. Lyle had been out for weeks. "Don't worry," she added as she walked away. "We'll have plenty of time to get acquainted." He stood frozen. Miss Ellen, the secretary, peered over her glasses. "Boy, you just signed up for a lesson you're not ready for." The assistant principal finally emerged, sipping his coffee. "More than a teacher," he said. "That woman led platoons. Came out of retirement to help kids like you. Because this school's not a playground anymore." Darian felt something unfamiliar creep in. Not fear. Not anger. Something quieter. Something that whispered, "You're not in charge anymore." When he walked into room 302, Miss Freeman was already at the whiteboard. In bold, clean handwriting, she had written, "Discipline is a form of love." The class was silent. That never happened. Darian's usual seat felt like a mile away. "Glad you could join us, Mr. Thompson," she said, not even turning around. "Take your seat." No jokes. No swagger. He sat. "I don't yell. I don't chase. I don't repeat myself," she announced. "Now, on your paper, write this. Who am I when no one's watching?" Most kids groaned. Quietly. Darian didn't write. Miss Freeman walked the aisles, pausing by his desk. Nothing to say? She asked. Don't know what you want. I don't want you to say anything, she said softly. I want you to think. That's your issue. You're louder than your thoughts. That's dangerous. The room froze. She moved on. Later, in the cafeteria, the usual noise at Darian's table was gone. Rico and Jameer were quiet. Ty picked at his pizza crust. You good, D? Rico asked. Yeah, I'm straight, Darian muttered. You sure? You kinda bumped her on purpose. So? She didn't even blink. Exactly, Rico said. Kinda wild. That night, Darian stewed. The next day, he waited for her in the office. When she showed up, back turned again, he stepped up behind her. Didn't I tell you to back up? She said calmly. You don't scare me, he snapped. I'm not trying to scare you, she replied. I'm trying to save you. He bumped her shoulder again, lightly but intentionally. The office went dead quiet. Miss Freeman didn't flinch. She turned and gently gripped his wrist. Let me tell you something, young man, she said. Disrespect has a cost. Nobody's made you pay yet. The assistant principal appeared. Darian. Office. Now. As he was led away, Miss Freeman added, better to be old and wise than young and foolish. Wisdom survives. Foolishness gets buried. In the principal's office, Mr. Daniels asked, do you know who she is? She's seen war. Real war. And she came here for you. Because you're not the only one wrecking this place like it owes you something. Darian looked down. She ain't had to grab me, though. She didn't hurt you. She stopped you. There's a difference. Daniel stood. She's in room 302 packing up. You got 10 minutes to ask her what it took to keep her soul clean in the middle of hell. Or you can walk out and keep pretending you don't need anyone. The hallway felt longer now. Quieter. At room 302, the door was open. Miss Freeman was gathering her things. I didn't mean to, he started. Yes, you did, she said. Own it. He sat when she pointed to the chair. Why you act like being angry makes you strong? She asked. I don't like people thinking they can punk me. The loudest ones are usually the most scared, she said. But the quiet ones, the ones who listen, those are the ones you don't test. Darian's voice dropped. You think I could change? I know you can, she said. But you've got to stop treating kindness like weakness. He nodded. I'm sorry. She placed a hand gently on his shoulder. You're already starting. Don't stop. The next morning, Darian walked into school alone, quiet, head clear. In room 302, Miss Freeman had written, A strong man learns. A wise man listens. He sat near the front. During third period, he passed Darren Cook in the hallway. A loud kid, always looking for a fight. Darren bumped him hard. Darian didn't react. You good, man? That was it. Darren blinked, confused. Darian walked away. Miss Freeman, watching from a nearby doorway, said one word as he passed. Progress. Later that day, she told the class a story from her first year in the Army. How she almost quit. How someone told her, Freeman, you walk like a whisper, but your presence shakes the room. All of you have that power, she said, but only if you stop wasting it. When the final bell rang, Darian stayed behind. Thanks, he said. She handed him a folded paper. Inside was a quote. The loudest voice in the room isn't always the strongest. Sometimes it's just the most afraid. He tucked it into his pocket, knowing he'd carry it far beyond those walls. Because some lessons don't come from textbooks. They come from people who show up, stand firm, and tell you the truth, even when it stings. And if you're lucky, you meet your own Miss Freeman before the world teaches you the hard way.